Hey guys, it's your boy Retro Shogun here, and I am reviewing the Ambernic 406V. I've had a few months to play with it now. This isn't very new. This came out, I think, like 4 months ago. But since then, I've been able to play with it quite a bit, so I can go pretty in depth from the point of view of someone who doesn't know that much about emulators. First thing I'm going to do is talk about the battery life. This thing has true standby mode. I've had other Ambernic products and other kind of handheld devices, and when you put it to sleep in sleep mode, the battery runs out as if it was still on. And this, you put it in sleep mode, I throw it in a drawer. I don't charge it for like 2 weeks, and I pick it right back up, and it's still like at 45% charge. Another thing that I really like about the Anbernic 406V is how easy it is to customize. If you guys can see my background right now, it is Goku versus Vegeta, the very first time they fought, and it's a GIF that you could put in the background playing over and over and over again. I think it just looks really cool. Another thing that's really cool about it, you can customize these lights right here. I have it in rainbow mode, but you can customize it to any color you want to match your background. This thing is just like a phone. I've never really had an Android phone, but it's basically an Android phone. It has the Android it has the Android Play Store. You can download all kinds of games, Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Definitive Edition, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3. If you're like me and you really don't know how to mess around with this kind of stuff and how to download games to it, you could just buy it straight from the Google Play Store. Another thing that I really like about it is that I was able to download ROMs, which I just found out what that is. Was able to download ROMs through here. Didn't need a computer, didn't need to hook it up to anything. This has a web browser. You just go to let's say, Pokemon Emerald. You put it in on Google, look for ROMs. The first one that pops up usually is the best one. You download it, and it works seamlessly with it. Really, you don't need an extra cable. You don't need to plug it into a computer. That's what I really love about it. It has a ton of games pre-installed, because I did buy the 256 gigabyte version. This was about $165 back in October of 2024. For this price point, I think this is the best one right now. There's one that costs a little bit more that I think is superior, and that's the Retroid Pocket 5. But that one is going to run you about 200, 210. And honestly, 165 was what I felt comfortable spending at the time. So yeah, let's go into a much further in-depth review. So follow me. The thing I have found though is that it is difficult to download ROMs for like the PS2, the GameCube. For that, you might need a computer. But Nintendo 64 games, extremely easy to download on here. Nintendo 64 and down. Game Boy is no problem. Game Boy Advance, all that stuff. So we're gonna go press the magic button here, and it's gonna take us to the games. I chose this one specifically. There's a bunch of different ones you can choose, but this just goes into the history of each console, which I think is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys one of my favorite games that I'm playing right now, and that is Pokemon Stadium. I was already playing it, so there's no lagging, nothing slowing down. It's playing perfectly. I'm gonna go ahead and use Thunderbolt real quick. Like I said, guys, I really get lost in this stuff. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit. The volume is very loud. This thing gets pretty loud. Yeah, man, I just play this all the time when I'm just stuck somewhere, and Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna show you guys now PlayStation 2. Take you to the PlayStation 2. Now, one thing that I did notice with the PlayStation 2 is that it does struggle a little bit to run. So this thing has two pretty cool features. When you're gonna run PS2 games and GameCube games that are pretty big, you just hit down right there. You can turn on the fan. Right now I have it completely off. This does drain your battery a little bit, but like I said, this thing has such a crazy battery life that you really won't notice it. I'm gonna put it to strong. The CPU thing, I really don't know what that does, but it's CPU high mode, and I just turn it on because I feel like it does help. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comments and tell me exactly what that is. But let's play God of War 2. Oh, this is awesome too. I mean, it's like you're turning on a PlayStation 2. Exactly, and the won't. Wait for it. Won't. I love that. So cool. Here we go. God of War 2 for the PlayStation 2, one of my all-time favorite games, and it runs perfectly. All right, guys, like I said, this is something perfect for someone like me. I'm turning 30 this year, and when I was a kid, God of War 2, man, I love this game. Such a nostalgia hit, and it's perfect. I mean, it runs perfectly. I could just play this anywhere. I never thought that I'd be able to play a PlayStation 2 games in the palm of my hands. Crazy. But as you can see, guys, there's no lag. There is no lag. I mean, it is not slowing down at all. It's running perfectly, and the screen is pretty big, um, so I can really enjoy this without any problems. Outside in broad daylight, because of course that is going to affect how much you can see the game, and it looks great, guys. I mean, you could be in a park just sitting on the grass with the sun right above you, and it still looks great. Let's go ahead and play another game. All right, here we go. Devil May Cry. Pretty cool. The graphics look just like how they would on a PlayStation 2. Again, it's not slowing down at all. Super smooth. All right. I found a creepy head. Cool. I mean, look at this, guys. It runs perfectly. Not struggling whatsoever. Pretty cool. So pretty cool, guys. Like I said, I mean, it runs perfectly. Haven't had any issues with lagging. Now, if you do play God of War 2, with the fan off and the CPU mode off, it is gonna struggle a little bit, but as long as you have those things on, runs just fine. All right, guys. So a few more quick tips that I've learned. Something that it might be pretty obvious, but this is something I do on my phone when I'm running low on battery. I'll put this thing in airplane mode. Put it in airplane mode, and the battery life just lasts that much longer. If you're for some reason you can't really be charging this all the time, but you want to be able to pick it up and play it, just put it on airplane mode. Just put it to sleep, and I mean, a week could go by. You'll come back, and you'll have plenty of charge to keep playing. I also downloaded this app here called GIF Live, giving you a free promotion. GIF Live, holla at me. Uh, you go to Google and you just look up some GIFs you want to put on, and these are all the different GIFs I have. This is the first one. I mean, I started looking for like Tokyo backgrounds, the city of Tokyo with some neon lights. Um, but you could put all kinds of stuff. I have Rock Lee here, but you see some of them are kind of blurry, you know, a little pixelated. This one looks great, Vegeta calculating your power level. You have Jiraiya. I mean, it's that easy. You just pick a GIF, put it on there. This one's pretty cool. Two cars racing, GTR. Favorite car of all time. Holla at me. It's great. And so for as far as I've noticed, running a GIF like this in your background does not affect your battery life very much. So I think it's awesome. And yeah, I have the fan in the strongest setting, and you really can't hear it that much. So these are the different things you can do with this light. You can just have it light up in one color, or you can just have it breathe, which I mean, it just cycles through every color. This one is gaming. When you have that on and you're playing a game, it just lights up to the game motion. Chasing, which is pretty cool. Wherever you move it, that's where the light's gonna go. That's pretty cool. But this one, marquee, I call it rainbow. Oh, there's a rainbow setting. Oh, the rainbow setting, it just flashes through every color, which is pretty cool. But I like the marquee one. That one's my favorite. And like I said, you can find a cool GIF of your favorite whatever and have it match your joysticks. I love that. It's so cool. Another thing I want to show you guys, and we're gonna have to move to the next room, is that this thing can actually cast. You can cast whatever game you're playing onto a TV, and it works okay. You are going to have a little bit of lag, but it does have right here where you charge it. It has the micro SD port. You can have a micro SD HDMI cord, which I do have, and this thing has Bluetooth. You can connect a PlayStation 5 or Xbox One controller, and just plug it in, and it's like you have a console, with all your games all in one. Perfect for if you're in a hotel and you bring the HDMI cord, you plug it up, you have your controller, and you're playing games on the TV in the hotel room or at your grandma's house or whatever. So I'm gonna show you guys how it looks like in the big screen. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you real quick how the casting works. And you just swipe it down just like you would on any phone. I'm gonna hit my TV, start casting now. And just like that, but it's on the TV. It's on the big screen. But I am gonna show you real quick what it looks like when you're playing a game. So as you can see, I'm gonna show you first on the TV. I'm moving it up and down, and you can see it's definitely slower. It's definitely laggy. Now let me show you on here. Much faster. See? Up, down, up, down. It's just a little bit laggy. But like I said, I mean, if you want to play it on the TV, you're better off using an HDMI cord if you're going to your grandma's house or whatever, and it'll work perfectly. Uh, Connected just with a PS5 controller or whatever you want, and you have a portable gaming console with all your favorite games on it. So, like I said, for $165, I definitely recommend it. I love it. At this point, can't live without it. All right, guys, and that's it. The Ambernic 406V. I love it. Really can't live without it. Definitely recommend it. And buy one for yourself. Buy one for your grandma. Buy one for your girlfriend, your sister, your entire family. You should all have matching Ambernic 406Vs. It's that good, guys. Get it. Another thing I wanted to mention before we go is that Ambernic does run sales all the time. So you might be able to buy it for much cheaper than what it is right now, especially with the rate that Ambernic releases their products. I mean, they might have like 5 more of these by the time you watch this video. And this exact one might be much, much cheaper very soon. So, um, yeah, guys, definitely recommend it. All right, guys, and that's it. That is it. If you have survived all the way to the end of my video, my very first video, I really do appreciate it. Please don't in the comments. I know I probably sound kind of dumb because I really don't know much about this stuff, but I'm learning. Please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you really liked it. Tell me how bad I'm doing, and see you on the next one.